This is Colton with Hummingbird Drones, and today I'm going to show you the workflow from the drone to DJI Smart Farm Web. We're in the DJI Pilot 2 app, and we're going to go ahead and select Flight Route. We're going to create a new route. We're going to do an area route. Then we're going to zoom to the field we would like to map. Once we're there, we can start dropping points for the boundary. Now that we have our boundary set, we're going to hit the check mark. And now we get to choose what aircraft we're using. So we can select the model, which for most people watching, they're probably using the Mavic 3 multispectral. So you choose the M3E series. And then you got to choose the camera type, which in our case would be the M3M. And then you get two options for lenses. RGB imagery is just your normal color image, and then MS is your multispectral cameras that are on the drone. In order to collect plant health, we need to have both those selected. Then hit OK. Now you can see it starts generating flight routes. On the right, we see there's lots of settings here. Ortho collection means how much detail is per pixel, so that'll adjust depending on the settings we choose. Altitude mode is how the drone reads its height depending on above sea level, above ground level, or from its takeoff point. Most of the time you would choose takeoff point. Route altitude is the height in which the drone is doing the mapping. So that will change depending on the software you use or what data you're trying to collect. Elevation optimization is the drone maintaining that height above the ground no matter increase or decrease in elevation. Safe takeoff altitude is how high the drone flies first in order to start moving towards its waypoint to start the mission. Speed is obviously how fast it maps, and course angle will adjust which way the drone flies. And then upon completion, we can choose for it to return to home, land, return to start point and hover, or exit route mode. Return to home is the normal option. Then if we get into advanced settings, we have some more settings in here. Side overlap ratio means how much each picture will overlap itself on the sides. Frontal overlap is how much each picture overlaps itself on the front. And then margin is how far past the drone will go in order to take pictures of the boundary. And then photo mode is if it takes timed pictures or distance. Timed is usually the option you want. And then route start point can be adjusted there, or takeoff speed. Now that we have our settings set, we need to go and actually map with the drone. So now I'll meet you out there. Now that we have our boundary created, we're going to go onto the remote and we're going to select our boundary that we're going to use. I already have one made, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. As you can see, it's loaded up here. Hit the pencil. And you can see I have my settings set in where I want them. Hit the save button. Then we're just going to hit the play button. Make sure all our settings look normal. We're going to hit next. Make sure all that looks good. Upload flight mission. And hit start. As you can see, the drone's going to take off. Now that our mission's complete, I'll meet you inside on the computer. Now I'm going to show you what we do with the pictures that the drone captured. We're going to start by going to DJI Smart Farm Web. Then we want the one that has DJI Agriculture with DJI Smart Farm Web. Click that one. It's going to take you to a website like this. You're going to want to click Start Free Trial, and you're going to want to start that if you haven't already. You're going to agree, and you're going to log in with your DJI account. And then that takes you into our Smart Farm Web platform. Then we're going to start a new project by clicking this green New underneath Management. Hit the green New button. You're going to name it. Then the type is where you choose what type of imagery it is. We have farmland, orchards, multispectral, or field scouting. So multispectral would be if you're using the M3M to capture plant health. Field scouting would be just a way to label it as field scouting, and farmland would be a way to get a nice HD map of the field, so that way you can use it on the DJI Agris controller. I'm going to go with farmland. Then you can add any comments. You're going to hit save and upload now. Then with the SD card inserted into your computer, you can either do it by picture or by folder. I'm going to do it by folder. Then it's going to take you into your computer's file system. We're going to locate the USB drive. We're going to go to DCIM and choose the folder that has all the pictures in it. Normally it would be named whatever the route is called on the mapping drone. And we're going to hit upload. Then those will upload into there. And then we're going to want to enable auto mapping, which will basically, once the pictures are in the web platform, it'll automatically start processing an HD map. You're going to want to set the quality to high. And then you can also change the name if you'd like right here. Then hit OK. Then as you can see, we can see the pictures are uploading in the top right. Now that the photos are uploaded, which we can verify by clicking this, and no uploads will be in progress. Now that it's uploaded, we can see a photo count along next to the name, the type, the date created. Then we can also add some more photos here, or we can start a mapping here, or we can edit or delete it. Then to view the progress of the HD map, you click on the name, and it'll show there, which you can see all your photos. Then you can back up, and you can hit this HD Maps tab, and here we could see the progress percentage. We can also edit it or delete it in this stage. Now that the images are done being processed, we can view the HD map. We can hit the name of the project we did, which will take us to a view of the images stitched together. We can also view this by going underneath Planning and choosing the label we decided to put on our images. So mine was under farmland. If you did multispectral, it would be under variable rate. Orchards would again be under orchards, and then field scouting would be underneath field scouting. So I'm going to hit farmland. And there it'll show me my project. If I click on it, then we have a few different applications we can choose. We have an agricultural application, an elevation analysis. We can download it, and we can also edit it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thanks.